Since long, people already knew that plants produce and absorb gases. But in 1779, a Dutch biologist by the name of Jan Ingenhousz made an amazing discovery. He submerged plants in water and kept them in sunlight. To his amazement, he observed a large amount of gas bubbles being released by the plant, which was tested to be oxygen. Next, he kept the same submerged plant in shade and found lesser gas bubbles being released, which he again tested and found to be carbon dioxide. He concluded that plants release oxygen during the day and carbon dioxide during the night, and the amount of oxygen released is also greater than the amount of carbon dioxide released. He coined this term as photosynthesis and later published it in his book Experiments upon Vegetables. The world still remembers him as the father of photosynthesis. Hello and welcome to a brand new video from Notebook. Today, we shall be discussing a very important chapter from your science syllabus, Nutrition in Plants. This lesson will be divided into 3 video lessons, and we shall also cover a recap and a question and answer video on it. In this video, we shall learn what nutrition is and why plants need it. On the screen, we can see different types of objects. On the right, we see there are non-living things, and on the left, there are living things. Do you think that the non-living things on the right can breathe or feel hungry? No, they do not. But the living things on the left certainly can breathe and are capable of feeling hungry. This is because they show different life processes. Now, let us see the different life processes that living things show. The first thing that tops the chart is nutrition, followed by respiration, transportation, reproduction, excretion, digestion, growth, etc. Since our today's discussion revolves around nutrition, let us discuss about it in more details. So the question here arises, what is nutrition? Nutrition is a technique by which living organisms acquire food for their growth and development. To understand it simply, let us put it this way. If you're doing any sort of physical activities such as cycling, swimming, yoga, etc., after a certain time, you start feeling tired. Even when you're studying, you tend to feel tired after some time, since our brain is in constant activity. This means that our reserved energy is getting depleted, and to replenish it, we need nutrition in terms of food. Not only us, all living organisms, including plants, require nutrition for their growth and development. When it comes to plants, nutrition mostly refers to sunlight and water, although some plants depend on other sources which we shall deal with later. Friends, if you think what plant nutrition is, then we can say that it is the process of obtaining food and utilizing it for growth, repair, and metabolism. The food that plants require are called nutrients. But what are nutrients? They are basically substances that provide nourishment, which is needed for growth and maintenance of life. Now, here is an interesting piece of information. What will happen if you only eat burgers and nothing else? I'm sure it will be a wonderful thing even to imagine. But only burger, though satisfies your hunger, will not give you all the nourishment that is needed by your body and will eventually lead to an unhealthy state. Thus, a healthy balanced diet is needed. That was a lot of information about us. But have you wondered that why do plants need nourishment? Plants need nourishment for multiple reasons. For growth, for tissue repair, for reproduction, for metabolism, even for resistance against diseases. All of these life processes require energy, and like all living organisms, plants obtain this energy through nutrition. Plants derive nutrition by 2 methods, or we can call them modes. 1. Autotrophic mode. 2. Heterotrophic mode. In the word autotrophic, auto stands for self and it simply means that the plant is capable of producing its own food by the process of photosynthesis. We shall cover one entire lesson on photosynthesis in our next video. Similarly, hetero stands for others, and heterotrophic mode of nutrition are the method of deriving nutrition from other sources. Again, do not worry, we shall cover this mode of nutrition in another different video lesson from this chapter. But if we see a basic skeletal framework of the two modes of nutrition so that we are prepared for our next video lessons, we shall see that autotrophic mode of nutrition is of two types: photosynthetic, depending on light, and chemosynthetic, depending on chemicals. Similarly, heterotrophic mode of nutrition is of three types: saprophytic, depending on dead and decaying organisms, parasitic, depending on living hosts, and holozoic, depending on solid food. We shall not go into the details of each of these modes in this video, since we will be dealing with these in separate video lessons. With that, we conclude our today's discussion. Think about what we learned today. Revise the concepts well, and I shall meet you in our next video. Till then, happy learning and goodbye.